We have 2 pay requests for Fiducia Park. The building project is completed. The irrigation project's already started. It's well underway. Hopefully this weather will let them get back to work. Our Fayette Days pump station, we're about 95% complete. We've got a pay request. We have a pay request for some additional plumbing work at the fire station. Our water meter replacement contract, we're paused. We've got about 120 meters left, and we're on hold until they get delivered early this summer. MLK Sewer, they've been making good progress over there. They addressed most of the issues in the streets, and now they've got to start working behind the houses. We have a pay request tonight. We have an engineering agreement. The MDOT funded sidewalk project on MLK and Court Street. We have an engineering agreement for approval that we can get started designing. And lastly is the Court Street sinkhole invoices. And that's all I have.
Make a motion to approve.
Terry made the motion.
Second.
Ted second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, questions of Josh?
I do have one question. Josh, is it included in this, or is it coming up later? What we talked about, gentlemen, is the striping downtown. We have traffic coming back south. If you notice it, the cars, they both travel in the same direction. The lines are not where a person can really determine who's on what.
Talking about right over here
No, right down Cotton Row.
On Cotton Row side.
We don't have.
That's just one direction.
Right.
That's a one-way
right,
street.
Right.
So-
There's no lines to separate the vehicles.
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that,
We discussed we were gonna make it a single lane street.
Yeah, we did.
Probably what they're doing.
Yeah. So, but anyway, back to you, Josh, is that in there as well, or something?
No, I mean, I think we just need a little direction from the board, and we can get going. I need to get Ray Bell out there and meet to discuss, see what he'd like to do himself, and then come back to the board with a recommendation. Might be the easiest way.
that'll be fine.
Well, and before we do that, I wish we would reconsider that little section right here where the traffic goes 2 ways in that one little
block.
Mhm.
It is very confusing.
Are we talking about right here?
Right here at the red light,
State Farm.
right there at Grover's Corner,
Right.
where you got one-way traffic going this way, and right there at Grover's Corner, you got 2-way traffic.
Oh.
If it could be one way, maybe starting at the police station, coming back this way, or anyway, I wish we'd consider that before we do any markings.
Okay.
Okay. I
Yes,
think that's
Good.
okay. Other questions? Okay, Danny, Ricky?
Your consent agenda is for you for approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Made the motion, Robert second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay.
And then I have in your packet a request for donation of 2 lots. It's right across the street from St. Peter's Rock Church. I don't know how many of y'all or if any of y'all have made it out there to the side. I went and one of our coaches that works with our youth league program carried me through there and showed it to it. It's been a little small playground for years and years, and they have formed an LLC that's a community outreach there, and they're real serious about doing some things there in the neighborhood and improving it, and they requested that the city allow them to take it off your hands.
And then what happened was that, and the mayor probably can refer back to this, is that Freddie Wentz approached you talking about that a little. And, Jamie looked at something. It was something, something.
It was,
Patrick Grace came to see us about it.
right. It was some federal program that they'd gotten some, was it a grant or something that was done? Or
So
there was some little caveat there that I can't recall.
that was it. So
You have to qualify as 501c3 though.
Don't we
Yeah.
have to declare it surplus, and then if it's appropriate nonprofit, we can donate, I believe.
I have you an appropriate resolution which makes the declaration that it would be surplus, that they would have to maintain it, and that they are, I've done the due diligence and checked. They're an LLC, and they have a 501c3 status. And
They in good
Yeah, it's
stand.
in our-
They're good stuff.
I would just suggest that we check with everybody around there before we just got through a problem with giving away property that caused us a lot of problems. Let's find out if everybody wants it before we give it away.
I would take one more step there too. I would like to know, did y'all look into because there's something ringing a bell with what you said, Robert, that
It is.
there was something that they asked before, Mr. Wentz did, and we eager, fine to do it.
It was, he wanted to
But Jamie, I think,
Mr. Mormon was the one that reported back on that to us. It was something about, it was involved in a grant or something.
yeah, something like
There was a
that.
federal reason why we couldn't do
It
it.
was something, Danny. I don't know what it was.
Nothing turned up on my end. but
Nothing from the courthouse showed any.
It was some, yeah, it was. It's,
Probably could talk to Mr. Mormon. He probably
Yeah,
could give some
okay.
insight into it.
Why don't y'all let me give Brad a ring and see if maybe Jamie can remember something. We'll make sure.
Jamie was here at the time.
Mhm.
Does something ring a bell with y'all? Yeah.
No.
I remember Mr. Wentz coming to me and
Yeah.
it might, the park is not the size of it hardly.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, we need to look into it a bit further, and that's a good point you made too.
I'll follow up.
I just
Okay.
can't remember it.
Okay.
The only other things I have are for executive session.
Okay. All right. Planning Commission, Kenny?
There is no update for the planning commission. We did that at the last meeting. For community development, you guys have a copy of my report. If there's any questions for me, other than that, I don't have anything.
Hey, Ken, look.
I have
Go
something.
ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Here's the report.
Down at 802 White Street at that trailer park. The trailer park on White Street.
Where the convenience store is coming in, I believe he's talking about.
Right, that's right, that's right. I talked to the contractor today. He had started on the demolition on those 3 trailers. And just before lunch, he was to go and start and finish his demolition on the convenience store and those 3 trailers. He was gonna clean that up.
Well, it might have blown away.
Yeah, could have.
They have.
Yeah, the problem was the lady that lived next door to those trailers, someone been sleeping in them. And about 3 weeks ago, he only took the front portion of the trailer off and left everything there. with
That's
everything
right.
in the trailer. So
That's
she
right.
definitely wanted some, clearance on that so that,
Okay, you got a list. Let me get through this list before I go to anyone else.
okay, on Wade Grove and Christmas Street, we've had a water leak there for months and months and months. Now the water have turned green. So we definitely need somebody to take care of the issue there.
Get with Damian, Kenny.
Okay,
That's Wade Grove and Christmas.
that's right, I got it.
All right, what else you got there?
The rest is just laid on.
Later on, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I have-
Kurt, Gary.
Mr. Mayor, question, Mr. Taylor, last meeting, I believe that we had 3 properties that came before the board from the planning commission. And we passed board order to set those for a hearing, I thought for this meeting. But I haven't seen any activity in the form of a sign in our neighborhood or any publication. Why has that not happened?
The publication, we had some difficulties getting the legal description, so the publication should hit the paper next week. And Katie and I discussed it, so it's gonna come before the board at the June 1st meeting for the public hearings.
Is the sign up yet?
No, we were putting the signs up today until the storm came, so those will be up first thing in the morning.
I thought there was a certain designated period of time they had to be up before you could
15
have.
days,
15?
15 days, Katie told me, 15.
All right, has the planning commission met since our last meeting?
No, sir.
Okay.
Any further questions?
I have one more.
He does not.
Robert?
I was gonna defer back to Craig because he looked like I don't know, he thought over there. So I thought maybe he had something else before you came to me.
Just kind of
But,
chilling out right now.
okay,
All right, go ahead.
my question is, Kenny, is the place, and I don't even know what to call it, Mayor, down there on Cross Street. You know that place we're talking about, where it's being housed with different individuals?
Oh, like an old
All the neighbors.
folks home?
Yeah, what is it entitled, Ken? I don't even know.
This is for the which one?
Tweet.
All right.
Give me the location you're speaking of.
Right there across in Church Street, where the building is where we.
By Morris's law office?
Yeah, right there next to it.
Oh, yeah, that was a,
15 years.
And Kirk asked about it as well. That's why I wanted you to know too. You know, we talked about that opening up down there in that ward.
Yeah.
And people, what they're doing is that it's becoming a problem right now. Is people sleeping outside and things of that magnitude, and we don't even know, we never authorized it to even get off the ground. So I'm still trying to figure out.
At that time, that was approved by the planning commission. And we had a public hearing on that back, I think it was about 12, 18 months ago.
What did they approve?
That didn't come.
I don't even know the name of it.
When I looked
Yeah,
at it, y'all, it was approved as a special exception. Now you have put in stone that if it's going to be approved
gotta
as a
come
special exception, it has to come before you.
It didn't then, but it will from now on.
It's owned by the same lady that owns the Annie's house next to the courts, next to our municipal court building. She's the one that's running it.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is, Ken, it just need to, I mean, whoever owns it, we need to make sure that they are following the guidelines. I mean, whatever it may be.
Okay, we will look into it. I wasn't aware that the guys or the people were sleeping outside or sitting around, but my staff will look into that first thing tomorrow.
You know,
Danny.
Kenneth, we had the complaint regarding Camion Way. And I saw on the list where we had a number of adjudications. Thank you very much for following up on that.
Okay.
It's gonna look nice, and I'll let the beautification committee and everybody else know that you're on top of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, further question? Okay, thank you, Kenny. Railroad Museum, we have a new face, Anna Sledge.
Right.
If Anna's with us.
Yes, so Anna started on Monday, and so let me see if we can get her on the screen here. So there she is.
Yeah, you're here, Anna.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
So we're excited about her being with us, and she's excited. And so she's hit the ground running with the museum. And so I'll let Anna go ahead and introduce herself.
Okay, go ahead, Anna.
Hey, y'all. I'm Anna Sledge, and I'm so excited about this opportunity. I got to get into a lot of stuff today, especially with it raining so much. And I hope to just get everything organized. I hope to get more people into the museum. I'm just really looking forward to it.
Okay.
and let me say, we're glad to have you. Are you able to retain some of the workers that we had there?
Yes, sir. They actually today asked me about, were talking to me about 2 guys coming back. And of course I'll have to talk to everybody about that, but yes, sir. I don't think they are wanting to go anywhere.
Right. Oh, that's great. Anna, we're looking forward to this. Thank you, Anna.
We don't need to discuss the parking situation yet. We'll do
Thank
that
y'all.
later.
Yeah, that's way too many parking spots.
I'm just asking, do we need to discuss it?
I was planning to discuss.
I think it needs to come up.
Okay.
I'd like to hear
Okay.
what we have to say.
Well, this is one of Lisa's parting wishes, in that if you notice, and I don't know if y'all saw the picture, but there are a lot of vehicles from one of the businesses downtown that's been parking there in the railroad, not, I guess, in those spaces that are near the museum. And she had ran into some trouble where we had visitors that couldn't find parking for the museum.
Yeah.
So there are about 12 spaces, I believe, there.
I counted today,
She was asking for 7 spaces.
Well, we split it, go 6.
I think that's still a lot.
Is that too many, Mayor?
Well, my opinion, I counted them, and
What do you think?
no, we asked the people across the street to find other places to park, not to be on Main Street. So I guess we're gonna move them a little further away, but
Do they not have
we
parking?
can have
Do they not
cone.
have parking behind those buildings?
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
They can start using it.
And they have this.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if 7 places.
I think that's
maybe
overkill for a
too
total
many.
of 12, because 2 of them are handicapped. So you're saying 7 of the 10. I just think that's a little.
I mean, I went to a meeting at the chamber last week, and there was nowhere to park.
That's right.
On either side of the chamber.
You know, we've been a little over a year, and had any. I know we can put cones out if we need to. If we know we've got something going on there, we could
Reserve it, yeah.
Yeah, we could reserve it. It's kind of like we did for the Delta Meat Market. We held 2 places for people to get in and out. So, you know, I don't know, whatever y'all want to do.
I mean, I think 7's too many,
I do too.
but you know.
But 7 of 10.
Think about something, because really, it was last Tuesday or Thursday. Couldn't find a place on either side of the chamber building.
And that happens a lot more than the other.
So you got 2 of the 12 that are handicapped. What do y'all think about 5? That'd be half of the 10.
I mean, just if we had a couple, just to start out.
Yeah. 3.
And we're thinking about the train engineers, you know, they're older guys,
Right.
them having a space to park
Yeah,
when they work.
those Speaks buildings, always a lot of parking.
You know, so I mean, I would say at a minimum 4 or 5.
Okay.
5. I think we need it.
In front and down there.
They don't ride the train to work.
Okay.
I move, Mayor, we start with 4 and we could put it as reserved for train museum visitors only, a sign of some type or
Okay.
railroad museum visitors.
Got a motion for 4.
Second.
Say it second. All
We're
in
gonna
favor.
include handicap.
Say aye.
Yeah, you can't put them.
I don't think we
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, two handicaps already there.
Oh, okay, okay. Great.
So 4 of the 10.
Is she already gone?
She's still here. She can hear you.
Okay.
Does she know we did it? We'll let her.
Get with them. Okay, Buster.
My report, unless you have a question about that, I just have a few more things to bring up with you.
I've already
If you
read it.
don't have any questions on the report, first thing I'd like to do is kind of give y'all an idea of what happened today with the weather. We had approximately 4 houses that had trees to fall on them. One of them was, had significant damage to it. It was up on North Mile. The tree fell right in the middle of the house and kind of crushed the roof down. Most of the other houses was damaged, but it wasn't heavy damage. We had a bunch of limbs down and a bunch of trees down. We had 2 major intersections to lose the red lights. But now Ray Bell's crew's been out. We got a lot of the roads back open, back up. We've got the red light situation taken care of. And it was kind of hairy there for just a minute.
Yeah, a lot of lights out. Cheryl Coleman's told me that a huge number, and it's probably going to be even tomorrow before some of them can get cut back on. So.
And the second thing I want to bring up is we're trying to get the security cameras installed. And for us to do that, we've got to put poles down. And I'm asking if we could have I think it's a little over $7,000. It's in your packet, how much exactly it is to hire Robinson Electric to come and put these poles out. They have a machine. The reason why I'm asking is they have a machine that instead of boring into the ground, it actually shoots water and sucks the mud up. So if there's any underground lines, pipes, or whatever else, it won't break it. And then they would be able to set the poles and encase them in the concrete. And if we were to try to do that, then we might accidentally hit a line.
Make a motion, let's let them do it. For
Yeah.
Let them do it.
Yeah. Paul made the
That
motion.
pole, using these poles?
Paul made the motion.
Second.
Second, Kirk. All in favor, say aye.
Buster, may I say something?
Sure.
There are 2 issues with that poll that I just want to ask. You got 3 3/4 NPS threaded speaker hubs. Will our camera sit on that speaker hub? It doesn't say camera. It says speaker hubs.
Okay, you talking about the ornamental poles?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was just fixing to get into that.
There are 2 questions about when you get into, will the lighting at night affect the camera's ability to record it all when it comes on? Okay, okay, thank you, thank you.
In fact, I talked to the Sternberg representative today. We're still kind of looking at things. But what we're trying to look at is to make it to where it's like an arm that comes out like a street light, and that the camera will be up in the light itself. Instead of it being a light, it will be for the camera. And there is a screw in thing. We would just have to get a plate made that our camera would attach to, and then it would screw in. But we talked about the ability to hide the modem and the antenna for the modem, and all of that can be done. And we're still talking with them right now. But the price, I put $3,500 on as far as per pole. It's actually going to be significantly less than that. They're talking around 2,000. She's going to be getting a quote up for me to send it in, and she's thinking no more than 2,500.
Good deal.
Okay. That way, the poles that would be in the downtown area would be the same type pole and be aesthetically pleasing instead of having a different type of pole stuck up in the mix of all the ones that we
Yeah,
have.
I don't think that was in our original budget.
No,
And I had asked Bush to do this because they could also be used, if we can place them correctly as we go through that, for the Christmas, they can put banner
Right.
things like we have on Court Street across there and not have a bunch of ugly poles if we just did all.
Right.
Aesthetically, it's better. Yeah.
Forget poles.
Yeah.
Made a motion.
Make a motion.
Second it, Mayor.
Gary, Danny, all in favor, say aye.
What's our time element on this thing?
Well, we've got everything in. We're gonna start painting the poles next week. We've got to get them primed, let them dry. We'll paint them. Once I call Robinson Electric and let them know to go ahead and start putting the poles down. Once they dig the holes and set the poles, we'll be ready to go and start installing this stuff on them.
Okay.
Last thing is Frankville Apartments. I got a call from Alderman Sanders requesting to know how many calls that we've had. I went back over a 3-year period. We've had approximately 59 calls to Frankville Apartments. And most of those calls were like disturbance calls. A couple of them were arsons, a couple of them were shooting calls or whatever else. And it's getting to be pretty significant area for violence and stuff in that apartment complex. I was going to get with Mr. Griffith. I don't know if those are government subsidized or government owned apartments. I don't know if we can hold the government responsible as for some type of nuisance. And but I would like to be able.
Good luck.
Also with the 6 Motel, we're starting to have problems down there too.
Where are they?
That's on North
That
Street.
corner of North Street and Martin Luther King.
So you had 50.
Darren Frank, so.
What time?
59
Remember?
calls.
Yeah, on the right.
3 years?
Remember Darren?
Yeah.
So you get 20 calls a year,
Arkansas.
approximately 20 calls a year, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. When you say 20 calls a year, sometimes it's a lot of those calls that are not so in Frankville Apartments because something will start there and move
Right.
away from it. And where we get the initial call is where we put the call in.
Okay.
So it's actually a little bit
More than that. Okay.
And it's really plaguing us.
One more question, Buster, if I may.
Okay.
And it's almost in the form of what we went through with Shamrock.
Need to be very careful. That's all I suggest legally.
Oh, go ahead, Danny.
How many cameras have we ended up with?
we have 20 cameras.
You have 20 cameras here?
Yes.
Okay. Had you asked for some more or are we at 20?
No, so we're just at 20. We were
Okay.
gonna put these up, and as you remember with the board discussion, we were gonna put these 20 up
See how they,
and see how they
Thank
did,
you.
and then we would look at possibly getting more.
thank you.
Okay, is that it?
You know what, Chief, I say this too, going forward, it would be nice if you could set a date where the community and this board and all of us get a chance to meet our police department. Because we know we have a lot of new officers and things. I'll be honest with you, they come on and we approve them, and we don't even know who our officers are. If I asked any, I ain't gonna want to be right now, you wouldn't be able to tell me. Maybe some of the old guys, but you don't know. We need to know our officers. And they need to know who we are.
I couldn't name about 40 something of them.
What?
I couldn't name all 40.
Not if my life depended on it.
Name
So
five.
with that being said, I just thought it'd be
Okay,
good.
good idea.
I mean, it's really not a bad idea. I mean, it's good for.
That's a good idea.
Oh, you know,
Yes, sir.
If
Who's
the
out there?
officers want their names known to the public.
Mayor, before you go on,
Yes,
I
sir.
want to regress if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
What are, oh, Anna's, the museum, what are our hours now? What hours are we going to keep? And I meant to ask her that because the public has requested numerous times and spoken to me about extending to 5 o'clock so the kids can get there after school. Do you know what we're doing yet?
We haven't talked about it yet, but of course, we're open to suggestions.
I don't even know what our hours are yet.
I thought the last time we talked about it, they were gonna follow the same hours that the Grammy Museum.
Well, that's what
The museum's been open.
I don't know that we have that understanding. I just,
And we've been open, but
Every-
talk about it. Further.
Everything is opening up back up tomorrow, isn't it?
I would like to see us go to 5 o'clock at least.
Yeah, all city offices will open to the public tomorrow, full time. So
Look in and let us know if you don't mind. Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yes.
Yeah.
can't see you, but we hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. Actually, I talked to the guys about that a little bit today. And I mean, I personally feel like maybe we're opening too early and not staying open late enough. And then on Saturday, being from someone who has young children, like we're open from 1 to 4. I don't know that that's exactly the time that we should be there. Maybe like 10 to 2 versus 1 to 4.
Yeah. I think you got the right idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us some suggestions?
Yeah, get with Dominic and y'all.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
You hear what people are thinking, Anna, so.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Greg Jackson?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. We had a busy afternoon as well. I think we talked about that this evening. We had a couple of house fires and they were caused by the storm. Some power lines that caused some shortages in some homes. Actually, both of them happened at about the same time, about 15 minutes of each other. The station is pretty much complete. I've emailed out with the chamber. I've worked with them to get a kind of a ribbon cutting grand opening type thing for Monday, the 10th. I'd like to invite everybody to be there. It's at 1 o'clock that afternoon. Other than that, we didn't have a really busy month last month as far as fires. We did have several plan reviews, some things going on in town that are look really exciting about some growth and all. So we just keep plugging along over at the station. So
thank you. We'll look forward to that Monday.
Greg, did you all get your light put in the back?
Yes, sir. That thing is up and going. Robinson came in. It is LED. It is a Stoneberg pole. We were blessed enough for Ray Bell to have an extra one that they'd taken down. For some reason, we actually utilized that we already had. So it saved us some money. And we're going along with the, as Buster put it, aesthetically pleasing poles. Those things look really nice, but it's up and working well.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you. Jamie?
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all have my report, but I would like to update you on the numbers. Because I think when I sent it in, we'd taken in around in the high 70s. We ended up taking in 99 for the month of April, which is the highest month we've had since I've been here for April. 30 dogs and 69 cats. Of those, it was 57 city, 33 county, and then we had some left at the vet and some kittens left at the gate, which happens every year. I do want to point out, of those 57 brought in by the city, 30 of those were picked up by my animal control officers. So I just like to bring the attention to how hard those two guys work. They really, they stay on the streets and they do a really good job. We had 12 returned to owners, 49 sent into rescues, and 26 adopted. So we're actually working at a 93% live release rate. So actually, we technically currently have a no-kill status, but we don't ever call ourselves that because we are an open intake facility. So only 7% of the animals coming in are having to be euthanized, and that's almost exclusively medical cases or severe aggression, which would make them, a danger to the community.
Good job.
Jamie, at the corner of A-Low and Cross Street, would you have your animal control officers check down there tomorrow sometime and check the conditions of those dogs down there, please?
Absolutely. That sounds like a very familiar address.
Your groundwork is looking really good.
It is. If they catch a break with the weather, it'd be doing even better.
It's looking real good.
Do you have some pay requests, Jamie?
Oh, yes. I don't know much about them. I just know there are 2 pay requests.
Okay.
Yeah, we got one from our consultants and then one, our very first one from our contractor.
So moved.
Danny made the motion.
Second.
Gary second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Other questions of Jamie?
Good job.
Not. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Eddie Russell from Infomart.
As Eddie is getting started, hi, this is Larry Malcolm. I just wanted to take a chance to say hello to everyone. I know we haven't met each and every one of you, but I'd love the opportunity to if we get the chance. I think, as you all know, we've had some changes in our operations and our staffing there at Cleveland, which not everyone likes, or everyone has liked, but we'd love to extend, an invitation to each and every one of the aldermen individually or as a group to discuss those changes and to show you what we have going on in the operations and how things are being managed at this time. Any way that, you'd like to get together, whether it be, one-on-one as group, or if we'd even look at the option of meeting you guys in executive session to go over some of the details, if that's what you'd like. We feel once all the facts are known and understood, it could make a significant difference in opinion. We appreciate the opportunity to work for you guys. We enjoy it. We're very proud to be able to serve the city of Cleveland, and we want to continue to do everything we can to have a strong and positive relationship.
We're going to address that in executive session, so we'll get back with you.
Okay.
Any questions of anyone? Okay. We will be getting back with you, Larry.
Where are you, Larry? Where?
Pardon?
Where are you?
Currently right now I'm in my home. I just got back from, my father passed away and I've been out on bereavement leave. But I just got home.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Ray Bell.
Okay, y'all have my report. Only thing we have in there. If y'all have any questions, you feel free to ask in about the Earth Day and all that was in the consent agenda.
Ray Bell, glad you're doing well, and Steve-O, sidekick there, has really been doing a good job. He and I talk daily, and you have trained him well, but we're gonna still be using you too. So,
all right, I make myself available at all times.
I feel like I'll be calling you every day.
Right.
Questions of either one of our gentlemen here?
Doing a good job.
No, just
Thank y'all. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Clint.
So Clint didn't have power when he got home. So the only thing that he has is just approval of one of his pay requests for the
I'll make a motion. We approve.
Gary, Danny, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, Jason.
So the only thing I have outside of my report, so I got a call from Dizzy Dean Sunday, and they are going to give us 4 state tournaments this year. So we're going to be hosting a 12 and under girls,
That's
a 10 and under girls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
That's a record, Mike. 20 years.
It might
here.
be. So 12 and under girls, 10 and under girls, 7-year-old boys, and 9-year-old boys. So we'll be playing all 4 of those state tournaments the weekend of June 17th through the 20th. So it could be possibly up somewhere 35 to 40 teams that weekend.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Good job, Jason.
That'd be 500 families.
I wanted to thank you for personally working with Buster, and Buster, you working with Jason and having officers on those fields. I know a lot of y'all have been out there. I've seen you, but thank you very much. That's really great. Appreciate it.
Everything's been going smooth so far, if we can get through the weather.
Going great.
And the lights look good, Jason's. I mean, at all the parks. I mean, the lights are up and really look good.
And speaking of the park, speaking of the weather, we did have some damage. We had a big tree fall and damage a portion of the pavilion at Amesy Moore this afternoon. And the bear pen fence at our shop out there is pretty damaged as well. So I've got a guy that went today to give me a quote on the fence, and I've got somebody that gave me a quote already for the tree removal. So I'll be working on that first thing in the morning.
I want to ask one question too. I think I don't want to take over Ted's situation here at Amesy Park. We recently named the field out there after Coach Flowers.
Right, Rydell Flowers. Yes.
Yeah, I was told that was something that may be coming back to us to look at again too.
Actually, I just got a text message from Rydell Flowers Jr. and I've been dealing with Bobby Richardson as well, a few different people. They're kind of wanting to name the complex after him instead of a field. And I'm okay with that as well, as long as you guys are. I'm supposed to be meeting with Bobby tomorrow to go out to the complex and maybe see what they're looking at and what they're wanting to do.
Okay.
Be careful doing a complex. You're limiting yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Else in the future that you could ever do anything for.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, you got a lot of people that work hard.
There's other folks too. I agree.
Yeah, I know he had a long 30-year history, but
yeah,
seemed like the family.
Something
Had
I just talked to Mr. Campbell about it, and that would have.
That's pretty. I mean, you named ball field after you, Ted. I bet you see hip hip hoorah every day, don't you?
I'm telling you, send them a check. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This is a board decision, but
Well, like I said, we could name the complex. We could say Rydell Flowers Complex, and we could still, in the future, if we wanted to, have a field. You know, it could be so-and-so field at Rydell Flowers Complex. So
Make this an advisement.
yeah.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Kirk made the motion. We take on advisement. Danny second. All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You just tell them we're taking on advisement.
I sure will.
Okay. Dominique.
Yes, sir. I just have a few items. Need you guys to approve the hazard mitigation plan for District 3. This is
Robert, Maurice, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
we took bids on some old street sweepers that you guys declared as surplus at the last regular meeting. And so we got a bid in today, $2,500 each for both street sweepers. If you guys want to approve.
They're in bad shape.
So move. 5,000 total is what you said?
5,000 total, yes, sir.
Okay, you move. Second.
Ted made a motion. Robert second. All in favor, say aye.
And then Mayor, I'll defer to you on the sculpture.
Okay.
This is, you talking about the sculpture thing?
Yes, downtown.
I don't know how many years ago this was, 3 or 4 years ago, Nan came to us and we were going to get it on a program of keeping permanent artwork up and down the walking trail. And this is one of the pieces that we can buy permanently, if I understand it correctly.
Yes,
So we won't have to be renting it anymore. And I looked at the budget and we have room in there to do it. And I think we need to keep it up.
I so move.
Okay, Maurice made the motion. Second. Ted second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Heather? Heather with us?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I have tonight is the employee action request. Needing approval unless you have any questions.
So move.
Okay. Robert made the motion. Maurice second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you. That's all I have tonight.
Okay. All right. Robert?
My biggest challenge is probably the thing I'm going to speak on tonight is probably always you all's challenge. It's concerning the limb pickups and garbage. I just got a text a little while ago about, it's going from limbs not to garbage pickup. At least we were getting the garbage pickup.
We got some folks back there we're going to be talking to.
I'm glad to see them. I welcome, I embrace them.
Can we talk about this?
I know none of those calls on me.
Yeah.
About this executive session, I think.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it for what I'm not going to elaborate with them, but I just want to say it's been a problem for my constituents, and
it's all over town. And today just added to
some of the questions that came up.
Paramount.
You all tell me if I'm not legit in saying that. Is that they want to know that they're paying for service they're not receiving.
I think
we're all motivated by that, and that's why we
got these people here tonight.
We took action last time.
Okay, I just want to say that.
No, you're not the sole long range on that. I can.
No, so I mean, it's horrible. But okay, that's basically all I had. Let me just say thanks to my public works and Public Safety Department for what they've done today, despite of us having a storm. Thank you all.
To clear those streets, the things that are done marvel me around here. So you just can't make people happy much anymore. Danny?
My thanks go out to Chief Bingham and all our officers. I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah.
How many officers, are we at full capacity yet?
We will have interviews Friday to fill the last 2 positions.
2 positions. Wonderful. Thank you for what you do.
Okay, all right.
I care what Dennis said. Thank you, Chief. I've got a lot of compliments that the shooting is down.
Yeah.
So your strategy is working.
Thank God.
Okay, very nice. Ted,
Yes, I have something on my mind. I
you got a
want to
list
mention.
here.
I like to just mention.
I suspend the time.
You might have to get it off your mind and let us know.
What's up about mine? I think after an alderman have worked for the city of Cleveland 20 years or more and have been inducted into the Hall of Fame of the MML, and I like to make a motion that the city would show some appreciation by inviting anybody, the mayor and alderman that served 20 years, just give them a free pass to the MML each year at city expense. Because anytime a person works 20 years or more, need that recognition.
Well, you
Also, I like to add that if a person, stay here 20 or more years, that his name would appear on a plaque like that. And with the number of years that person served as an alderman.
Okay.
I'm for the second provision, but I think you'd have to check first. I think it might be
You can legally do
illegal.
It's a wonderful idea, but it might be iffy. The second is no problem.
Well, MML, I thought we paid for that anyway.
I'm talking about after.
He's talking about after you serve your term.
Outside,
Yeah.
outside your term.
When he was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well, you were too.
That was me.
I was
You
there for
too.
both of y'all.
I'm all for recognizing Maurice and.
But then you know what?
Have to look under legal advisement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something
Let Danny look
you
into
might
it.
want to consider. Buster, because the chief
A citizen.
does that.
Maybe there's a,
Once we retire,
maybe there's
we become a lifetime member and everything is paid for, as far as attendance. We pay for our rooms and everything.
Yeah, I think you'd have to pay the dime.
Yeah.
On your dime, but certainly you.
Oh, that's.
yeah.
I like the recognition though.
Whatever.
In terms of recognition, we have been in talks about bringing the city banquet back
That'd be good.
and involving our Cleveland Development Foundation.
Awards to our employees. I like that.
So we.
There's a way to, there's a way to do that.
There's a way to do it,
And,
Ted.
and I
It's a
think
good
we need
idea.
to, we need to figure out a way to make that happen.
Yeah.
We can do that.
The
Maybe
two
Mr.
that.
Cobalt can put it the right words or whatever.
And Ted can come to the meeting,
Yeah,
party
yeah.
for
I'm
free.
still chilling out.
Okay.
Make sure we honor in the plaque and all
That's
that
right.
during the
I
banquet.
don't mind. I mean, cause Paul Janis has been here 30 something, 30. long
Yeah,
time.
we need to recognize.
We showed
Yeah.
them a little.
But he paid, yeah.
That'd be this fall, potentially, trying to get our local businesses to help support. since we
Okay.
can't pay for it. But Cleveland Development Foundation is in the planning of it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Could this?
All right. Points well taken. Gary?
This meeting is indicative of the year we've been through since all of us received a Christmas card today. And I still want them cameras up before the next Christmas.
Okay. Kirk?
I'd like to compliment the police force. Being in the courthouse, I've seen some results of y'all's actions. And I would encourage you to go to the next level in terms of license checks and all the things you're doing, chief, because that's where the rubber hits the road in terms of.
That's true. Keep it on.
He's doing good.
Picking up these weapons.
Yeah.
And
I think
don't let up.
No, I think the last count, in fact, the guys were really, I have to compliment the guys. They're the ones that's out there. They're the ones that's looking real hard. I think the last count that I did, I think we've had something like 18 stolen weapons that we recovered and right around 50 or so total weapons that we.
Yeah, let's put the pressure on
We
them.
are, I promise you. we
Yeah.
are.
And y'all check for warrants
Yeah.
too when you
It's getting hot, man. It's
stop.
gonna get
Thank
hot.
you. Keep it going. Good
Yeah.
job. Yeah.
We got people from out of town coming in here doing bad things and they need to pay a consequence.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I promise you, we know who some of those folks are that
Yeah.
we're waiting for.
Okay. Paul?
Same thing, chief. I'm not gonna reiterate everything. I think you've heard it enough. I don't want you to get too big.
Yeah.
Get a bigger cap.
I just want to remind everybody again about next Wednesday at 3:00, May the 12th at Fiducia Park. Fiducia's coming here from North Carolina, Alan and Olivia Fiducia, and we need to have a good showing there.
What time is that, Mayor?
3:00.
3:00, you said. Thank you.
Yeah, the Lieutenant Governor's gonna be here
Yeah. He's gonna meet
at Delta State and
like all of us.
everybody in
30.
come to the Rotary Club. I think I've heard.
Yeah.
Some I hadn't heard from. You're gonna be
And
gone.
I can't cancel it.
Right.
But I couldn't make yours.
Yeah, Delbert Holzman will be here.
I think you're there tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
Let me know after the meeting. I think I've talked to everybody, just talked to you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
They have a head count.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
Thanks for the job you do, everything. You and Michelle both. I don't leave Michelle now, but yeah.
Okay. I guess that being the meeting, we'll go in executive session.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I move we consider an executive session for I believe the attorney had 2 or 3 items that he wanted to discuss, litigation and personnel/business development.
Second.
Okay, Kirk made a motion, Gary second. All in favor, say aye.
I move we enter executive session for those same reasons.
Second.
Made a motion, Gary